Yo, what's up? It's your boy Bo here, and I'm back with some more truth and facts. All right, shout out to everybody out there at the movement, anybody that's moving with us. Mad props to Willie the Kid and Three Kings Boxing for the recaps. They was up and everything like that. So, mad shout out to them. So, man, let's go ahead on and do this. The curse continues. The Cuban crisis continues, man. It continues. So, Jared Hurd is the new IBF, WBA, and IBO 154-pound champion. He's a unified champion. And a very, very, very good fight. Very, very, very spirited fight. I finally got a chance to watch that fight this morning. So that's why I'm doing this video now, because I already know later on during the day I will not get a chance to have some good internet so I can do this. So I'm going to do this video right now. So I watched the fight this morning, man, and listen, Lara, the last couple fights, he's been trying to stay in the pocket. And in this fight, even so more so, I'm kind of convinced to lean toward, I don't think lower legs are what they used to be. Like, I don't think that the Lara that we saw that fought Angulo, the Lara that we saw even with Canelo Alvarez that was able to move and all that, and on a continuous basis, I don't think that's there anymore. I think his legs, I'm not going to say gone. I just don't think they're what they used to be, which would be not that far off considering, Lara's advanced age. Lara's in his 30s, mid 30s. Okay. But an excellent fight. Now look, Jared Hurd surprised me. He did a lot of what Willie the Kid would say. Jared Hurd in the early part of the fight would throw a lot of throwaway punches. Okay. Not something just to be hard. See, Jared Hurd he's heavy handed. Okay, so even if the punch, he ain't throwing it with a lot of force on it, it's still enough, to get your attention, as we saw with the swelling of lower eyes. I think Jared Hurd also went to the body early in the fight, right? And he never, after the first 3 rounds, you can make an argument that Lara probably might have won the first 2 or 3 rounds. But the thing I liked about what Jared Hurd did was he never allowed it to be a moment in the fight where every round was a complete blowout. There was always a reason why you could say that, Jared Hurd might have won that round. So he never let Lara run away with this fight. Even if you want to say Lara might have won the first 2 or 3 rounds, it still was, you knew that Hurd was there. It wasn't a runaway first 2 or 3 rounds. There was maybe, even at the first 3 rounds, you could even say Hurd might have won one of those damn rounds. You know what I'm saying? Adeslani Lara, he did some very good things. He threw a lot of combinations. He wasn't just trying to pepper him with the 1-2. He was throwing a lot of combinations. Lara also went to the body. But see, the difference because people was talking about when Lara had a fault with a tall, very rangy guy, and they always talk about Paul Williams. That's right. That's what I'm trying to think of, Paul Williams. So the thing is, Paul Williams was not as physically imposing as Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd imposes himself physically. And then he did it in this fight, and he did it early in this fight. Like I said, he stayed on Lara. He never gave a Lara a chance to, like I said, run away with the rounds. But Lara, to his credit also, man, Lara was able to stay in the pocket, make Jared Hurd miss, and pop him with some very good counters. He hit him with some good counters. He actually took some punches too, Lara did. A smart thing that I thought Jared Hurd did in this fight, which is something that Errol Spence does, a lot of cats don't even notice this, is Jared Hurd, whenever Lara would go to grab, what Jared Hurd would do is he would use his elbows and push Lara off of him because he was so much stronger. So he would use his elbows and push him off of him so he couldn't hold. That's actually something I've seen Errol Spence do, right? But hey, man, listen, good fight. Lara has nothing to be ashamed of. I think I actually had Jared Hurd winning that fight. And the knockdown just sealed it for me. When he knocked him down in the 12th round, that just kind of sealed it for me. Okay, it was a very close fight. You know, the scorecards was where I felt they should have been. One judge thought it was for Lara. The other two thought it was Jarrett Hurd, 114, 113. Like I said, for me, I had Jarrett Hurd winning that fight. There was no doubt in my mind. Going into the 12th, I actually had Jarrett Hurd winning that fight, even going into the 12th. And it was pretty. The 12th round, I had slightly edged Jarrett Hurd into that knockdown. So I had Jarrett Hurd winning that fight. But a damn good fight, man. A lot of surprises in that fight, man. Jarrett Hurd, you know, you see Charlo talking stuff and all that. But here's the thing that I like about this victory, even though I'm not crazy about the fact that, of course, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? One of my fellow Cuban fighters took an L. I'm not crazy about it, but this is what I do like about it is now there's finally movement at the 154-pound division. Now we have a unified champion, right? As long as Eddie Lara has been champion at 154, he was never a unified champion at 154. You know, for whatever reason. He was never a unified champion, for whatever the reason was. So now we finally have movement at this division, and hopefully we can, now that we have a unified, hopefully we can get another unification fight somewhere down the line too, and hopefully get undisputed. And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what it's about. But the way Jarrett Hurd fought last night, you know, he showed me a lot. He was actually using his jab a lot more. He was doing a lot of throwaway punches, which is, they're not punches to be hard, but they're punches just to keep your man, you know what I'm saying, keep some thought process in your man's head so he don't try to get reckless on you, you know? So there's a lot of good things in this fight, man. You know, Eddie Lara put on a good performance, but he came up short tonight. So, and that's, you know, man, I mean, listen, great fight. The crowd liked it, the crowd enjoyed it. There's probably more I'll go into because you know what, I really think, like here lately, I think that a lot of the Cubans are trying to fight a more entertaining style of fighting because they don't want to be attached with that stigma of being boring and then too, not being willing to fight, you know, kind of like Guillermo Rigo when Rigo quit. And I think they're trying to do away with that stigma, and it might be forcing some of them to fight a little differently than what they would like to fight, you know. But now I will say this though, like, when it comes to, for example, when it comes to Rance Bartholomew, for whatever reason, man, he stopped using, you know, he stopped using his boxing ability. That was before Rigo. I remember a couple fights before Rigo. I noticed that me and my man 2K from Project Boxing had talked about that one time. Okay, and same thing, like I said, with Lara. If you go back to one of Lara fights, he was sitting in the pocket more. But I definitely think that stigma of Rigo quitting and the stigma of them being called boring fighters is starting to make some of these guys who normally would box, who normally would show you more movement, actually want to be a little bit more exciting, and it's just not their forte. Like Luis Ortiz, right? He's technically sound, but he's not like, you know what I'm saying, he's not considered like a slick boxer, right? So for him, like, he's always had more of a professional style of fight. So for him, that works. But for guys like Rance Bartholomew and Lara, who, you know, it's going to be hard for them if they try to sit in the pocket and catch you with counters and stuff like that, not move. It's going to be hard for them to win fights like that because that's just not their forte. That's not how they have, you know, gotten to where they got, you know. But you know what, man? I'll go deeper into that when I get a chance, man. But like I said, man, good fight. I'm well okay with the damn decision. I had Jarrett Hurd winning that fight. And then, you know, the knockdown just sealed the deal for me. Okay. And so, all right, everybody, man, I'm out of here, man. You know, hey, 154-pound division got some movement. You know, Charlo, you know, he's barking now. You know, Charlo's barking now. So, hey, man, hopefully now we'll get some more unification fights at 154. Because I'm going to say it again, man, as long as Lara been the kingpin down there, he's never been a unified champion. IBO is a belt that they give, you know what I'm saying, it's like a little, you know, a takeaway gift. You know what I'm saying? You know, take this with you on the way out, you know. So, all right, everybody, it's your man Bo. Peace.